That's a very good and very real question. It's something that a lot of people are concerned about, especially when there are some significant wounds from the past that are difficult to even think about, let alone talk about. One of the very first things that's important is when you're working with a therapist or counselor to tell him or her that, to tell them that you have some concerns about past events, that you're not ready to deal with all those painful issues. A good therapist wants to make the therapeutic environment safe for you, to give you time to begin to develop a feeling of trust and to have that setting become a place where you can begin to explore those painful feelings. Set some time with the therapist to create expectations of when and how those issues will be dealt with. And there are some concerns that, well, let's just make things worse. And the truth is, for the beginning part, that may be true. You may have difficulties that increase because of therapy. You might find yourself being more anxious. You might become more irritable. You may experience more depression because for a long time you've been covering up and not dealing with those issues, and you've been at some state of peace with them, but not completely, or you wouldn't still be having this trouble. So it's important to set some time frames about when you're going to discuss these important issues and painful issues, but at the same time it's important to discuss them. It would be like putting a Band-Aid over skin cancer. You can do that and it won't hurt, but in the long run it's really not going to help. Going to a dermatologist and dealing with the skin cancer will be more painful, but in the long run it's the only thing that's really going to help you recover. And so it's important to deal with those issues because they are driving the eating disorder, they're driving the anxiety, they're driving the depression. And a good therapist will help to make that environment as safe as possible and to give you some freedom and some choice as to when to deal with those things. But you really do need to deal with them.